There's that man again.
It's early Sunday morning, and I've been thinking about, for whatever reason, all of the fragrances I'm obsessed with. So stay tuned, I'll tell you about it. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Dear's Teddy, and today we're talking about 10 fragrances that I'm obsessed with. But before we go any further, I would like to put out a public service announcement. So, we over here, we enjoy talking about these fragrances, and we enjoy bringing this content to you guys. And the only thing that we ever ask you guys to do is be respectful. And unfortunately, sometimes we've had moments where people were extremely disrespectful. And you also have to remember that on the other side of this camera is a human being. And remember, this is my 10 fragrances. This is the 10 that I'm obsessed with. If you have 10 fragrances that you're obsessed with, send me a list. I will put your name and I will tell everybody what your 10 fragrances are. And I will, if I don't have the fragrance, I will feature the fragrances right up here on screen. So that way we don't have these issues. The only thing that we ask you guys to do is be respectful, because we love talking about these fragrances, but you also have to remember on the other side of these cameras, they're human beings. So, on with the fragrance. So the first fragrance that I want to bring up is a warm, spicy fragrance that has a vanillic undertone that has been considered by many to be a clone of YSL's Tuxedo. But once again, if you smell YSL's Tuxedo, this is close to it, but it's more of a rendition of YSL Tuxedo, and that would be Rocus Moustache. So you got pink pepper, you got rose, you got benzoin, you got vanilla. This right here is a perfect button-up shirt fragrance. It's one of those fragrances that you can definitely go out on the town with, something that you can actually take out and spend time with your girl out on a date. It's a really great fragrance, and like I said, it's a rendition of Rocus. It's a rendition, of YSL's Tuxedo, but not exactly that. So this is a great option. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration, and it's not very expensive. The last time I saw it was about $45 or so, and this is a big size. This is a big bottle. I think this is the 4.2 ounce bottle. So yeah, it's definitely worth the purchase. It's definitely worth trying it out. And once again, I will put all of the fragrances in the description box that I'll be talking about today, so you guys can get your hand on. But if you want to talk about something that I'm obsessed with, I'm definitely obsessed with this one. This is Moustache by Rocus Long. So the next fragrance that I'm talking about is warm, spicy, and cozy. And man, it does not get enough love on these type of lists. Well, it's going to get some love on mine because I absolutely have an obsession with Jesus del POZO, Gold and Cedar Nights. And as you can see, it is a fingerprint magnet. But this fragrance right here, man, look. You want to talk about a perfect, and I mean absolutely perfect, winter and fall fragrance. If you think about winter and fall, if there's a dictionary or some kind of I don't know, encyclopedia for what a perfect spring or fall and winter fragrance should look like, this should be the picture that's in there. This one, I mean, you got cardamom, coffee, praline, cedar, cinnamon, amber. So it's sweet, but it's also extremely airy, extremely elegant. Like, this fragrance is truly an obsession of mine. I wore it one time on a boat party, and I've worn it at least 4 or 5 times since then. And once again, most of the time, you know, people have a pretty large collection of fragrances. It's hard to come running back to a certain fragrance quite a few times, but I have found myself running back to this one several times. So I'm not sure if they have it in the description box or where I found it at last time. So what I'll do is I'll look around and I'll find it for the best price available. But if you have an opportunity to, if I find it for you, you should get your hands on Jesus del POZO Gold and Cedar Nights. So the next fragrance that I have is warm, spicy, and powdery, and it doesn't get talked about very much. Number one, because it's an inexpensive fragrance, and it is basically made by a soap brand. But for me, it's an absolute obsession, and that would be Prix de Provence N63. So this fragrance right here, man, look, it is a very complex fragrance for eau de toilette. It is a really good fragrance, man. So this one right here, you have at the top of the fragrance, the one that is the most obsessive for me is the juicy juniper that I get at the top of the fragrance. I mean, it gets rounded out also by plum. There's leather in here. There's tobacco in here as well. But what I get the most is at the top, that beautiful bright juniper, those citruses. This is a really good fragrance. It actually shocked the hell out of me. I just wanted to get it to just try it out and, just, well, not so much add to my collection because I think I got enough to just add to the collection. But for the most part, when I buy stuff now, it's because I'm truly interested in it. And this was one, I won't say I was overly interested, but I'm pleasantly surprised. This is a very good fragrance, and it doesn't smell like anything else that I have. And ironically enough, it lasts pretty good. It's an eau de toilette concentration, but it lasts pretty good on my skin. It lasted a full workday, and that's all you can ask for from something that doesn't cost very much. I think I found it for like maybe $44 or so. But once again, I'll put a link in the description box so you guys can check it out for yourself if you want to try it. And that would be Prix de Provence N63. So the next fragrance that I have is warm, boozy, sexy. I mean, this is definitely an obsession-worthy fragrance, and that would be KORBAJ, Toxic Desire. So I have to be honest, Instagram got me. This was a complete and total impulse buy. I had not smelled this fragrance. I think I got caught up in the juice color. I mean, look at how beautiful that juice color is. That's some sexy juice right there. And the fragrance inside does not disappoint. I mean, this here, you got cognac, you got caramel, oak absolute, cinnamon essence, sandalwood, praline. I mean, it is a beautiful, gorgeous gourmand fragrance that when I wore this fragrance, I think a few necks snapped as I walked past. Now, that's not my ultimate desire to have necks snapping as I pass, but it damn sure did not hurt. Because my neck kept snapping because I kept turning to smell the fragrance. Because it is a gorgeous fragrance, man. This is definitely, you wear this on date night. If you wear this on date night, more than likely you're gonna get either date number 2 with that person, or you're gonna go home with the person that may be your significant other, and date night might turn into all night with this one, and that would be KORBAJ, Toxic Desire. It works, baby. So woody, citrusy, and fruity are just a few words that you can use to describe this next fragrance. This next fragrance is definitely, for me, an obsession. It is a major obsession. I'm so damn obsessed with it, I forgot to take it out of the box. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's why you keep hearing that damn noise. But hey, keep all the fragrances in the box. That's not a secret. But the fragrance that I'm talking about here is from Marley. Second. Another beautiful juice. Well, maybe it's just a green bottle. I don't know. But all I know is that the fragrance on the inside, oh my man, this is obsession worthy. That green apple at the top is second to none. And I mean there's a reason that this fragrance costs what it does. Now, me personally, I don't give a damn what a fragrance costs. I'm going to do what I can to find it for the best price available. But you also have to remember that when you're going for a quality juice, that you're going to pay quality prices. And that's no different for this right here. This is, you got your green apple, you got mandarin orange, petite grain, oak moss, all of that to come in to round out this perfect, and I mean absolutely perfect, spring summer fragrance. This is one that if you ever get an opportunity, if you can't get it in your collection, definitely get a decant or see if you can get some kind of a sample, because I promise you, when you smell this, it probably will change your mind about what you spend your money on as far as fragrances go, and that would be Parfums de Marley Greenley. The next fragrance that I have coming up, it has a sweetness and an earthiness to it, and it is definitely an obsession-worthy fragrance, especially if you like tonka bean, and that would be Franck Boclet Tonka. So this one, this to me is, it is such a elegant and just grown up fragrance. It is it's not a playful fragrance, although it is a sweet fragrance, but it's not, I can't say it's the most playful fragrance out there. It's definitely a button up worthy fragrance. Now, office building won't be inoffensive because it's not a overpowering fragrance. It's not overly strong. It has more of a powdery nature to it, almost like a powdered tonka bean like type of feel to it. I mean, you got fig leaf, lemon, and ginger in here as well. You got almond and white peach. You got some tonka bean, Peru balsam, sandalwood. I mean, this fragrance is set up perfectly for elegance, style, and class. It is one that I'm extremely obsessed with. I'm trying not to use too much of the juice because I'm not sure where we're sitting at as far as the Franck Boclet and his collection, because sometimes you can find them, sometimes you can't. Right now, we might be in a season in which you can find them, and if I find it, of course, I will put it in the description box so you guys can get a hand on it yourself. Don't know if there are any decants or anything like that available, but for me, remember I said for me, this was worth purchasing a full bottle, and that would be Franck Boclet Tonka. So the next fragrance on the list is one of my favorite niche fragrances from one of my favorite niche brands, and that would be Aaro. And the fragrance that we're talking about is a warm, spicy, somewhat nutty fragrance, and that would be, and I'm probably going to butcher the hell out of this name, but I'm going to do the best that I can, Aimez Comme, Suis by Aaro. So it's a, I think I did pretty damn good on that. But it's a French fragrance. It's a French niche brand. And this fragrance right here, man, it has a sharpness out of the atomizer, but in the air, on skin, it is magical. I mean, your top notes, you got some ginger and you got some grapefruit as your top notes, so that's where the sharpness comes in. But then you get your hazelnut, your vetiver, your tonka bean, your tobacco. I mean, this fragrance is well balanced. And once again, like many of the fragrances, apparently my obsession is with elegant fragrances, because this one is also a very elegant fragrance. And it is, I won't say situational, but it could be. It could be a very situational fragrance for anyone, but it's also something that you can wear whenever you want. You can wear any fragrance whenever you want. Now, for me, this is more of a fall and winter fragrance. But I believe that, in my opinion, if you lighten up the sprays, you could definitely get away with this one right now in the spring. Now in the summer, I would not advise it. But once again, it's your choice. It's your fragrance. If you still choose to get your hands on Aimez Comme, Suis by Aaro. So did you really think that an obsession list was going to come from me without this fragrance? Versace Man Eau Fraiche. First of all, look at the juice level and tell me if I'm not obsessed with this fragrance. This, to me, summertime in a bottle, I have described it this way since I've been wearing it, since I've been talking about it, and damn it, it's not going to change now. I mean, you got the star fruit, you got the lemon, you got the bergamot. Oh my goodness. This one, look, to say this is my favorite summertime fragrance would be a complete understatement. This is my ultimate summertime fragrance. I love this. Got backup bottles of it. Will not be running out of it. It is one of my absolute go-to favorite summertime fragrance for any situation. Office, date night, hanging out, whatever. This fragrance is a Swiss Army knife to me in my collection. I wear it whenever the hell I want, but for the most part, for it to shine the way that it needs to, this one needs to be worn in the summer, in the heat, on one of those beautiful sun high in the sky summer days where you're just hanging out with your girl or whoever it is you're hanging out with, and you just have this just whipping around your neck and whipping around your body, just smelling it, catching whiffs of it. This is a gorgeous fragrance, man. Look, Versace, bravo, man. Bravo. I love this fragrance. So, you want your summertime to start off right? You want a obsession-worthy summertime fragrance? Versace Man Eau Fraiche will fit the bill. So the next fragrance on the list is fresh, aromatic, and classy, and has slowly become the number 2 summertime fragrance on my list, and that would be Michael Malou Jet Black Intense. So this fragrance at the top features mint and apple, and Michael Malou does fragrances really well. I mean, he does them right. This fragrance right here, it almost gives you an Aventus type of feel without actually smelling like Aventus at all. I mean, it truly leans in its own direction. You get a little bit of that, almost a little bit of that DNA, although there's no pineapple in this fragrance. I mean, there's apple, elemi, lavender, you got vetiver, you got suede in this fragrance. This fragrance right here, to me, is another one. Like, if you don't have a bottle of the Versace Man Eau Fraiche, then honestly, this is the next one, in my opinion, that would scream spring and summer. This is a great fragrance. It's gorgeous. It's inoffensive. You can pretty much wear it in any season if you want. You can wear it in any situation as well. It won't be offensive to anybody. It comes off very clean, comes off very fresh, and it's one of those fragrances, once again, like I said, that for me is something that I will be leaning into this summer, and that is Jet Black Intense by Michael Malou. So the last fragrance on my list, I'm pretty sure is on quite a few other people's obsession lists. I know it's on mine, and it has been for some time now, and that would be Azzaro, the Most Wanted. Warm, sweet, one of the sexiest fragrances. This is one of the sexiest fragrance profiles out there, man. I mean, honestly, it rivals in my opinion, stronger with U-Line, things of that nature. Although I love the stronger with U-Line as well, this one definitely rivals any of those ones that you can put up against it. I mean, you got your cardamom, you got your toffee, you got your amberwood. Those are the 3-note breakdown that you have in this, and truthfully, that is all you need. This fragrance is actually dangerous. It is a dangerous fragrance. You spray this, and in all honesty, you may find yourself in a handful of situations. Remember, I've put this on the 10 fragrances, 8 fragrances, and 5 fragrances for list that could get you in trouble. I put this on that list twice for a specific reason, because this is a trouble fragrance. It is a sexy fragrance. It is definitely worth checking out, worth getting. Right now, I'm not sure. If I can, I'll find it and be able to put it in the description box for a pretty good price, if I can find it for a good price. If not, I'll find it for the best price available so that you guys can get your hands on it for yourself. But for me, probably forever on my obsession list will be Azzaro's The Most Wanted. Well, everybody, that is my time, and that is my list. My 10 fragrances that I'm obsessed with. And if you have your own list, go ahead and share it over there in the comment section with me, and I'll check it out and see what I think of it, and let you know what I think of it. And remember to like, share, subscribe to the content, because it helps the channel grow. And remember to hit that bell icon, because it notifies you whenever I upload. And I thank you for rocking with me the same way that I rock with you guys, because I am Mr. Diaz Teddy, your fragrance sommelier. Over here we don't do stink, so please don't be a stink ass. Have a good night.